Alright, so we have some Pokemon news that really isn't Pokemon news, but bad actors are running away with it, so someone with integrity needs to talk about what is going on. So, Scarlet and Violet sprites for all of the Pokemon have been quote-unquote leaked, but really it's just a data mine from Pokemon Home, and that makes a lot of sense. We just got the update for the battle data, and Pokemon Home is going to be getting an update in spring 2023 with full compatibility, so it looks like they're just updating everything. Also, this follows on the story that we had actually not even a few months ago, just a month ago, last month, where accidentally at the San Diego Regionals, they showed images in the Scarlet Violet style of Pokemon that aren't in the game. Also, if you go onto Arcanine Labs to make a rental team, there's some other things that don't exist from like DLC that's also available. So just like all the Pokemon stuff is out there, and it makes sense that the Pokemon Company is going to have similar sprites for all the Pokemon, and if it gets into Pokemon Home, it's going to be data mined and all that other fun stuff. So that's kind of all that's happened. There's no leaks here. There's nothing to imply. It's like, oh, Mega Evolutions. No. As we've seen with the actual game data, like the data mines of every Pokemon game, Mega Evolutions, unused items, unused things are always in the game data because they've just been floating around, but they don't have any usability. So that doesn't really lead into anything. Ash Greninja's in here, but if it's going to be a Pokemon Home update, you need to have all the assets, and that's kind of what this is. This is just, all the assets are here. It doesn't mean anything. Ku is still a fraud, and it gets even more fraudulent with Ku every time he speaks, it seems. Goes Winky Face, shows Mega Evolution, Groudon, you know, a form that doesn't exist, and then Superior, which has actually been, like, screwed over in the recent Pokemon games. Yeah, we need to see our boy Superior happening for the DLC, and that's, like, another thing with Ku. Just kind of playing the odds. You say, oh, Superior is going to be in DLC. That's 99% chance, and then you always have an out if your lie doesn't come true. Then also just playing with you all after this came out, but it's just the sprite sheet. There's nothing here. Ku didn't find anything. He isn't leaking anything from the new games, but then people are like trying to imply and take this further. Also, other unreleased Pokemon, some other things. People trying to speculate on nonsense. Ku also showing just game data. We know about this. AZ's Floetch just been floating around in all the Pokemon games. Hasn't been released. Not a leak. Doesn't mean anything. But that's kind of where we're at. But because he just posted several Pokemon, some that could just be in. Also, we have like the legendary Pokemon that could just find a way in for some DLC as well. So now they just put a lot of nonsense out there and got a lot of idiots to speculate on that nonsense. Someone's going to point at one of the 1,000 things that came from this nonsense and then say, oh, Ku predicted it, even though with Pokemon Legends and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet really proved that Ku is not an insider, doesn't have anything, and again, just takes like very little leaked information, but people like Hawkeye got access to it, so he doesn't have any exclusive information either, and then just tries to pad it out and point to a couple other things, and that's kind of it. So, yep, it's just Pokemon Home sprites, and it makes sense because we had the Pokemon Home update, but we don't have the big Pokemon Home update until spring. Probably not going to hear anything about it until Pokemon Day, and then that's where things kind of get weird. I'm not expecting like, oh, Pokemon Home updates at the end of this Pokemon presentation or tomorrow or something. So we're going to kind of have to see when that launches, what the implications are. Some Pokemon will be available, like Hisuian Zoroark, and then Hisuian forms and some others, and how that integrates into the rest of the game. And then we just kind of play it out from there. So it's all about Pokemon Day. There's no leaks. There's nothing else fancy going on. And that's it. The Pokemon news. But people gotta clickbait it. Gotta lie, huh? What a community.